I realized I had a shopping problem, so I stopped buying things for an entire year. In 2014, I found beauty YouTube, and that's when my problems really started. I found a community of people with a shared interest that made me really excited about makeup, and I began buying all of the things. I shopped this way for about 5 or 6 years, and it was pretty reckless. I wasn't really thinking about savings. I wasn't thinking about how much I was spending. I was just shopping all of the time, in part because it just felt so good. All of this came to a head for me Black Friday of 2019, when I was shopping all of the Black Friday sales and unknowingly spent $3,000. A few weeks later, I came across some no-buy content. It came up into my feed, and I started watching videos of creators who were at the very end of their no-buy talking about their experience over their past year. And this gave me something to try. So on January 1st, 2020, I went on a no-buy. This was primarily going to be an essentials only no-buy, where I bought things like groceries or paid my bills. I would allow myself to buy non-essentials like beauty products, skincare, that kind of thing if I finished up what I already had. The last rule was that I was going to wait 5 days before making any purchase, essential or not, so I could really think things through. The first few weeks of my no-buy were alright. I had the high of starting a new project and all of the motivation that went along with that, as well as the kind of new year energy. Once I got into February though, I began to struggle a little bit, and by April, and with the stress of the pandemic, I did buy some things. At that point, it kind of felt like I couldn't control myself. Like I just was itching to shop, and that was very concerning. That experience shook me a bit because it kind of felt like I just couldn't help myself, and it made me wonder if my problems were maybe a little bit deeper than I suspected. I completed my no-buy, and in 2021, I embarked on the what comes after journey. My no-buy was great and helped me reduce my spending and helped teach me about what my triggers were. However, it didn't solve all my problems. It didn't teach me what a healthy relationship with money was going to look like. I wasn't going to be on a no-buy forever, so how was I going to function when I could say yes to everything? And it was up to me to say no. What was a healthy relationship with money going to look like? In the aftermath of my no-buy, I began digging into the relationship between emotions, stress, and spending. I very much realized that I was an emotional or stressed shopper, and I used shopping as a coping mechanism. In the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, I have not spent a single dollar emotional shopping. I'm very proud. If I could leave this video with some advice for somebody who is interested in trying a no-buy, I would say to use your no-buy as the opportunity to learn. I think mistakes are quite often part of the process, and they are our biggest learning opportunities. We can learn so much about how we react to stress or triggers in those moments. Learning as much as we can about ourselves and being non-judgmental, if we can, is going to go such a long way in being able to enact change, and change that is tailor-made for you and your needs and your struggles. There's never a wrong time to go on a no-buy. You don't ever have to wait for January 1st, the first of a month, or a new season. Any time is the right time.